Another thing is I like hairy guys.
Ugh.
I like hair.
Like hair where?
Everywhere.
I don't want no goddamn taco meat. I don't want none of that. Shave that shit down, trim it up. You got me down there sucking your dick, and I got hair all in my throat behind my. Hell no, shave that shit off.
I got hair stuck in
That
my throat
part.
one time. I was not cool with that.
Ew.
I said, nigga, you is tripping.
But look.
Like
If
we
they
gonna
not,
be
then
together,
that's fine.
remember
But I don't know why because when I look at a man, I think of a man like just that like that whole lioness, like king of the jungle. It's just that grabs me, like with men anyway. It's just that whole dominant thing, like.
Yeah, because you about him.
I don't think I'm about him. I like being on the top too. I'm more versatile than anything.
Percentage wise.
Because let me tell you like this. When it comes to a guy fucking me, you gotta really take me there. Because I don't just give up that like that. Like,
you gotta get me going.
You gotta really, I gotta really, first of all, I gotta really be in love with you. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm not feeling you like that, you is not getting none. Because I kind of feel like once you get that, it's like, bitch, you could just shit on me out here in the streets. Like, bitch, you ain't about to be out here like you fucked me, bitch. No. Let's get that together.
I shit on your stick.
But yeah, it's just like I don't really like to. Guys have to really like have.
See, the testosterone is coming through the walls.
I don't know. It's weird because it's like you really have to mentally take me there for me to want to just be like, okay.
Let's speak on the mind fuck that you just talked about.
Go ahead. What you want to talk about then?
That shit is dangerous.
It is, and I like the mind fuck.
Are y'all all Libras?
Yeah, we're all
There's
Libras.
3 in here.
Of course.
That mind fuck can be very dangerous.
It make you fall in love. But you know, I love Libras. I attract a lot of Libra men because I like to be mentally stimulated. Like before I like have sex with you.
What are you?
I'm a Cancer. But I have a lot of Gemini and Libra traits in my chart. So that's why I probably attract a lot of men who have Libra. I love Libras are so romantic. They are so passionate. They'll talk to you about conversations. Like you'll just have conversations with them for days. They'll put you on stuff.
We are very vibey people.
We are.
Every Libra that I've met has put me onto something.
Yeah, we are.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What are you, baby?
I'm a Sagittarius.
Oh, that's why you quiet over there. That's why she over there quiet.
But you know it's so crazy though because they say Sagittarius and Libras are soulmates.
Very, yes.
They say like when you look at the whole zodiac chart shit and all that shit, they say the only thing that a Libra really gets entwined with is a Sag and a Gemini.
Okay, I just met a Libra.
Gemini, Cancer, like all that little right in there. We be all over it. But they say that Libras and Sagittarius are soulmates. Like they say that's the whatever. Like they get along
it's true.
the most.
I believe it.
Really?
I believe it because one of my exes was a Sag, and he used to be in and out of jail for like 5 or 6 years, and I held that nigga down.
But see,
Sag men and women are different though.
Very different.
Sag men, they're completely different.
I would not date a Sag
men.
Men
Are crazy. Sagittarius men? Never again. Never again.
I dated one year. I never again because the motherfucker was on some cheating shit.
Yeah, he crazy as hell. But I swear to God, to this day, he will still call me. And like, I'm like the one person that you, out of all people, out of all the women you be with, you want to call me.
I think my zodiac sign that I like the most is Scorpios. Ooh. I've had the most sex with Scorpios.
Scorpios know how to lay that shit.
They do.
Tell me about them Scorpios, y'all.
Oh, baby, a Scorpio will turn your mind inside and out and fuck you inside and out too. They got good. Ooh.
Listen, that's why they got that little hook. I swear to God,
every Scorpio man got a damn hook.
Yes, mine had a hook too. Ooh.
Wait a minute.
Just hit different.
It hit different. I don't care how they hit you. It hit the spot every single time.
Yeah.
No matter which way you turn.
They're excellent lovers.
They good at they lovers. Cause like literally like a lot of the guys that I've dated been Scorpios. Like all my good relations, even the ones that I'm not even with now, like they still good people. But it's just like I'll end up marrying one. So it's like, I just love Scorpio. But let me tell you something about the motherfuckers. They stubborn as fuck.
Possessive.
And very possessive.
I love
with that whole mental shit, like they good at manipulation, but you gotta watch that shit because they try to do some goofy shit.
That mind fuck shit.
So you gotta watch that with them with a Scorpio, because the Scorpio be like right up the alley, close to a Libra. Because Libras, we good at that shit, but we can see it with them. Like
I know how to flip the script real quick.
Yeah. So, but as far as like loyal and all that shit, they got it. Like I give hands down on that. I ain't never had a problem with a Scorpio.
I love a loyal man.
I'm not gonna necessarily say my Scorpio was loyal.
Oh, I got a question.
That motherfucker was a lover.
I got a question for y'all, because I'm recently going through this. So, what if you break up with your ex and you end up having sex and y'all break up with this person may or may not be like a close friend to him, but you met him through him, and then y'all get back together and he find out. Do you have sympathy for him and like, or remorse for what you did, or do you just kind of like
gray light up there? We good up there?
No, we should be.
Okay, go ahead.
Or do you just kind of like show him like more empathy and like be more remorseful about it and like sorry? I don't know.
It just depends on how y'all broke up.
Hold on, before you go there. So let me say you was fucking with a nigga and then you broke up and then you start fucking with somebody that he know. And he ended up finding out because y'all got back together. So, okay.
And he asked me and I told the truth. I said yeah. So I ain't gonna lie to you now. Asleep is when you come.
Let me ask you this one question, because y'all women something else.
First of all,
y'all got me fucked up because y'all do shit out of spite sometimes.
And that's what it was.
Hold the fuck on. Let me add. Hold on. Wait a minute. Alright, this for y'all hetero men, because I'm about to get on their ass. So this guy that you was talking to, was that a good best friend of his? Somebody he was real close to and cool with?
He wasn't real close to, and I mean he was cool with him because they would be at the bar all the time. But he wasn't like, that was his bar buddy. It wasn't like a nigga he really liked.
Guess what? When you got a bar buddy as a man, that's somebody you close to.
I know.
Selfish son of a bitch. Okay, go ahead. Y'all can continue to talk, man. Y'all got me fucked up.
Okay, so why y'all break up? You an old dude.
First of all, cause the nigga I ain't gonna even do him like that. I just felt like because I had just moved here to Atlanta, I was trying to still position myself in my own independence, and like get on my feet. And it was just like things that were happening and things I was being told that were like misleading that from what he portrayed to me. So I was coming with too much, I felt like, out of pocket to support both of us, and it wasn't being reciprocated. And so I'm like, well, you got a whole lot going on. He ended up punching out on a nigga at the bar. So I said, yeah, you doing too much. I don't move like this. Like, if I'm gonna fight somebody, I'm more stealthy with my shit. Like, I get you when I'm gonna get you. I ain't gonna be out in public just making the whole scene and put myself in more trouble. I've been through shit like that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let you get yourself together. So I just told him I was good.
So you didn't really care about him?
I did.
You cared about him, but you didn't care about him like that to be like thinking about. It wasn't on your conscience when you made that move.
How long were y'all together?
Damn, maybe I didn't then. It wasn't that long. It wasn't. I literally have been here for only 3 months, so it wasn't that long.
So yeah, if you don't care, like I wouldn't make that move if I actually cared about like. If I cared about him, I'd be like, I'd be thinking about it. But like, you didn't really care about him, so I don't know. Like, don't feel bad about that shit. Like, fuck it.
And y'all were together that long.
And then he had his shit together. So
You weren't together. How long was y'all together?
It was like literally like maybe 2 months, 2 or 3 months. I don't know.
You owe him shit.
All right. And you said you was providing like financially, or like?
Yes.
No. Yeah, no. Not 2 months.
So I know that's why I'm like, shouldn't feel bad. And honestly, I felt like I used to tell him like, dude, these people are like already sharking at me in front of your face, like as you're introducing me as your girl. So it's like you're kind of being naive to the whole situation.
Yeah.
No, don't feel bad about it. You told the truth about it. Don't feel bad about it.
But my whole thing is fuck what y'all on. Like, cause my whole thing is you fucking with somebody that he cool with. That he go to the bar, drink, talk shit, shoot the shit with a nigga and this and that. Don't you think that's kind of fucked up on you? Cause what if we did y'all like that? How would you feel if we...
Niggas do.
All the time.
All the
time.
Period.
All
Exactly.
the fucking time.
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
That part. But you see, I'm fucking outnumbered.
Yes.
So.
I don't even know why you even tried.
I tried.
Go back into your other. Yeah.
But okay. Okay. So yeah, you're right. Niggas, y'all do. They right.
Happy Valentine's Day, y'all.
Well, we taking a break. I gotta pee.
Okay, so look, guys, like we gonna take a little intermission because Imani has to use the bathroom.
We have
and we're
been
back
choking
in
as
like
well.
few seconds, y'all. So on that note, peace out. Alright, y'all. Look, we back. We had to take a little intermission and shit because everybody need to get their little grill on because we drunk. Everybody tipsy. Everybody feeling good, feeling wavy, all that old shit.
Plus my cousin.
Okay, so look, let's get into this because we were talking about something. So y'all, when y'all watch this, we might go into some other shit. Because like I said, tonight is about relationships, polygamy, porn industry, and I think we pretty much touched on a lot of things tonight. And once again, like I said, you on episode 19 of You Don't Pay Me Enough to Motherfucking Care. So this question, ladies, is to... Okay, first of all, let me make sure I get this out because I want to put the dictionary definition of these things because people don't really know what it is. We're going to get into swinging and polygamy. And I want to know how y'all feel about that. So, y'all, first of all, polygamy is a practice or custom of having more than one wife or husband at the same time. That's when you're married. That's polygamy. Now, the other one is called polyamory. It's usually related to religion or unrelated marriage, although some polyamorous, y'all forgive me, people are married or have participated in committed in ceremonies and stuff. So that's if they not married and they actually single, because they actually have like I said, it's like rules and shit to this shit. So ladies, how do y'all feel about being in swingers and polygamy and everything? Let's get into polygamy first, because that's when you married. And so how do y'all feel about wives and husband having more than one wife and one husband and all of that thing?
I live a poly life, so I love it. I live a poly life, and I don't do the swinging. I'm not a swinger. I'm very personal and private, but I do live a poly life. Love it. Hell, most women live in it anyway and don't know it.
I was just finna say that. I said, honestly, the polygamy people, I feel like that's people who marry, right? Polyamorous is like the...
Polygamy is married, and the polyamorous is the ones that's single and they actually have more than one.
I can get with the polygamy because you already are in a sacred kind of thing. Like, you're married and y'all choose to do this freely with each other to keep, maybe the spark in the relationship or whatever. But when it comes to the polyamorous people, I'm irritated because I feel like they don't really know what that means. Like, they just thinking they sister wives. And it's like the religious thing about it is like, it's respected. Like, in most cultures, like, that's what they do. They have multiple wives and stuff like that. So that is looked at as being respected. But when you poly out here and you just
freely
having sex with everybody, right, it's like you just being a hoe.
Because it's not a big orgy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not. It's not. It has nothing to do with orgy and just fucking freely. It has nothing to do with that.
Right.
It's a sacred bond between 2-3 people, right, and you're not out here you're not going buck wild. You're not fucking just any and everybody. Right. You know what I'm saying? There are so many rules to this thing, and because maybe one poly family might want to have a certain set of rules for that one that may not fit for this poly, situation. So once you get into it, and when you get into this, things happen. You know, there are so many things that can turn different channels, different avenues to it. So you have to have boundaries and you have to have set rules. You have to.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh. I don't know how I feel about it, because I mean, I am younger, so I don't have an opinion about it, but I do feel like right now things could change, but right now I don't think that I would participate in it, just because like I'm very like, I want my man to myself. That's how I feel about it. But I don't see anything against it, and I don't see any problem with people being for it, as long as it's, you know, everybody's kind of like together on it, and it's not like somebody being left out. Because, you know, there have been instances where I see people who do have like who are living that lifestyle, and they're, you know, successful. And then at the same time, I do feel like it can cause broken families. Okay, because I feel like, can I bring up names? Like, for instance, the whole Nick Cannon thing. Okay, like he's having kids with everybody else, and I feel like as a black person, going back to slavery, they wanted to create broken families. Okay, so they want to create broken families. So why are we doing that now? Why are we giving the white man what they want to create broken families? But like I said, it also depends on what's going on and the situation. Because I've seen successful situations, but I've also seen situations where I feel like I'm all for the healthy black family, like living together, being the husband and the wife. So I don't necessarily want to say I'm against polygamy, but at the same time, I would say right now I'm not 100% into it. Yeah, into it.
It's not for everybody sometimes.
Diamond, how
most
you feel
people
about
like
that?
to be, you know,
how you feel about sharing your mate with somebody else and all of that?
No, I don't like. For me personally, I'm not into that. I like to have my man just to myself, and also like, I guess to each his own. Really, like everybody is different. But even watching shows like about like Sister Wives. Like, it was like 5 of them, and literally they all fell off. They fell off one by one. But for some people, it is successful. But in that instance, it wasn't. Like, he was just showing some of them more attention than others, and others was getting jealous.
And they weren't even really married, were they? No, they were just calling themselves Sister Wives because it was like.
I thought they were married. They weren't actually married.
No,
you can only be married to one of them.
Yeah, only one of them. The rest of them just kind of like were girlfriends.
But what they did was they just performed ceremonies so that they would bring them in up underneath them and everything else. Polylife is, it's mysterious, if I can use that word. Okay.
Right.
And in it, you have different variables. You're going to have different personalities, different people. So when you go into a polylife, you must understand that other person's personality. If that personality, and there's always going to be a male, and there's always going to be his woman. Right. Whoever you bring in must know her place. Must understand how that, not that we're not going to give her love. Excuse me, it's not that we're not going to give love. That same love that he shares for me, he's going to share with her. But then you can't try to undermine what's already established. So you have to know the person's personality. You have to set those boundaries, the rules that I was talking about. And there are so many, you know, with that situation with you know, the Sister Wives, it was him that tore up the family. Okay? Because you have to have the head. And it was him that tore up his family. Could it have worked? Yes, if he would have done things differently. Right. And the women, we have to respect each other in it. There can't be any pettiness in it. You have to come into it as a grown woman.
Jealousies.
You know, you have to come into it knowing what you're going into and be able to understand what the other two people want, as well as we must understand what she wants.
Know your place.
I don't do it with another man. I do it with my man and another woman. Okay. And I have a girlfriend, and sometimes it's petty because I have to get in between the two of them.